The point is you have to make sure that you are clear in your own mind about meaning, because that's going to be crucial in good preaching. Remember, a mist in the pulpit always means a fog in the pew.
And so that's why the importance of recognizing the confusion that surrounds us in our culture, it demands text-driven preaching. If we can't point people to the inerrant, inspired, and infallible Word of God, then they will continue to be adrift.
You don't write a sermon for Sunday, you write a sermon for someday. I think we mix up sometimes the two and the four of ministry. We do ministry to people, but we do ministry for God.
Life proof is faith that fears God, not for what He gives, but for who He is. Life proof is unbreakable faith anchored in the who-ness of God, in the goodness of God, in the wisdom of God, in the power of God.
The Word of God doesn't depend on your degrees, your skills, your accolades, or your intellectual knowledge. All the Word of God needs is a faithful servant of God who's not afraid to preach the truth of God. You want to see transformation happen in your churches? Hide behind the Word of God and stop fearing man.
But the primary objective in preaching is that men and women might have an encounter with the living God through the Word of God, so that the preacher of the Word gets lost sight of in the actual thing that's taking place, which ought to be surprising him as much as it is surprising everybody else. And I think something of the mystery of that needs to remain a mystery, because then it keeps us entirely dependent upon God.
Use your preaching to call people to not only recognize the authority of the Word, but to also line their lives up with the authority of the Word. That the Word is not just enough to have authority over how we think, but it also must have authority over how we live.